Coming up on NEWS2, on this National Day of Service and Remembrance, many gathered to honor the courage and heroism of the victims of the September 11, 2011 terrorist attacks. Both locally and nationally will have highlights. Plus more on the North Carolina-based Madison Energy Group and possible plans for the company to expand its manufacturing and distributing operations to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. St. Croix celebrated and remembered the victims of 9/11 Wednesday with a parade and commemorative ceremony. Terrorist attacks took the lives of nearly 3,000 people, and in that number were 9 of the VI zone. NEWS2's Erica Parsons has that story.
At precisely 11 a.m., marchers and first responders took to the streets of Christiansted for a walk of freedom in remembrance of 9/11. America was forever changed 12 years ago on September 11th when terror attacks shook the nation and took the lives of nearly 3,000 people, some of whom were VI sons and daughters.
We lost Army Staff Sergeant White, that we lost Claudia Walter Sutton, that we lost Felix Calab, that we lost William Henry Jr., Elizabeth Jacobs, Christian Maltby, Chris Kirby, John Holland, Lawrence Christopher Abel.
The American Legion and Department of Veterans Affairs hosted the annual ceremony to honor, remember, and reunite, starting with the firemen's tradition of the striking of the 4 5s.
I lost 2 family members.
Monroe Edwards lost a nephew and a cousin in the 9/11 attacks. Although he was in the VI during that time, he served the victims and their families in the days after.
I met many of the people who were featured in the newspapers. They came to my desk as a Red Cross volunteer. I serviced them and all that, and I got some of the stories.
One by one, the speakers told emotional stories about where they were during 9/11 and how they were affected. They spoke of the effects on the nation. 9/11 changed the way we travel. TSA provided a statement to NEWS2 saying America is more secure than we were 12 years ago. TSA was created in response to those terrifying events, and each of us at TSA has taken on the responsibility to keep America's transportation system secure and all travelers safe. A recurring sentiment at Wednesday's solemn ceremony was "Let us never forget." The governor helped to lay the wreath to forever remember the victims, but the nation's changes like TSA is also a daily reminder.
When you're blindsided, there is nothing you can do about it. And that's what happens here in the 9/11 situation. So today we must be aware of all of that because we can still be blindsided, despite all of the precautions we may have taken.
Erica Parsons, NEWS2.
A similar ceremony was held on St. Thomas at the American Legion Hall this evening, earlier at 6. Governor John P. DeYoung signed a proclamation designating September 11, 2013 as National Day of Service and Remembrance in the Virgin Islands to honor the courage and heroism of the victims of the September 11 attacks. The Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act, approved by Congress and enacted into law on April 21, 2009, requested September 11th be observed and recognized as an annual National Day of Service and Remembrance, and charged the Corporation for National and Community Services with leading this nationwide effort.
Stand up and show respect for your fallen comrades. A lot of people in here have no pride and dignity and respect. People dying for this country every day, and with respect, I have to come out and show respect to my fallen comrades as a firefighter and a veteran.
I do remember that day I was at the hospital with my son, and I remember the second plane hitting the tower, and it really touched me. It's just a matter of coming together as people. We all have family. You never know when it's going to be your turn or how is it that your life is going to end. We have to appreciate who we are living with and who we surround ourselves with.
Well, bells rang, marking the moments when the planes hit the towers and when the towers fell. These are the somber traditions of September 11th, along with the reading of the names, almost 3,000 of them. Thousands of families who come to the 9/11 memorial every year. Some pray, others cry, all remember what happened. President Obama marked the anniversary with a moment of silence at the White House and a wreath-laying ceremony at the Pentagon, where 184 people died. There was also a ceremony in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where heroic passengers forced down a hijacked plane that was headed for Washington, D.C. In New York, the New World Trade Center loomed over the ceremony, a towering symbol of renewal on a day set aside to remember. The National September 11th Memorial and Museum opens next spring. The 1,776-foot tower opens in 2015.
The shining liberties that make us a beacon to the world. The rich diversity that makes us stronger. The unity and commitment to one another that we sustain on this National Day of Service and Remembrance. And above all, let us have the courage, like the survivors and families here today, to carry on no matter how dark the night or how difficult the day.
In other news, Senate President Sean Michael Malone invites all legislative staff, senators, and the general public to attend a special forum to learn more about the efforts to ensure that those residing in the U.S. territories are guaranteed the same rights as opportunities as all other American citizens. Leading the discussions is Neil Ware, a Yale-educated civil rights attorney who have been actively working to achieve equal rights for U.S. citizens living in America's insular areas. The meeting will be held on Thursday, September 12th at 6 p.m. at the Earl B. Otley Legislative Chambers. The National Guard men and women under Commander Todman and Sergeant First Class Lewis worked tirelessly from dusk to dawn, replacing the wood, rust, and dried-out rooftops, all in an effort to transform the playground and at the E. Benjamin Oliver Elementary School in Estate Anna's Retreat on St. Thomas. This past weekend, they also applied a fresh coat of paint to the playground equipment. EBO's students applauded the efforts during their morning assembly on Monday. In other news, Senate President Sean Michael Malone invites all legislative staff, senators, and the general public to attend a special forum to learn more about the efforts to ensure that those residing in the U.S. territories are guaranteed the same rights as opportunities as all other American citizens. Leading the discussions is Neil Ware, a Yale-educated civil rights attorney who have been actively working to achieve equal rights for U.S. citizens living in America's insular areas. The meeting will be held on Thursday, September 12th at 6 p.m. at the Earl B. Otley Legislative Chambers. The National Guard men and women under Commander Todman and Sergeant First Class Lewis worked tirelessly from dusk to dawn, replacing the wood, rust, and dried-out rooftops, all in an effort to transform the playground and at the E. Benjamin Oliver Elementary School in Estate Anna's Retreat on St. Thomas. This past weekend, they also applied a fresh coat of paint to the playground equipment. EBO's students applauded the efforts during their morning assembly on Monday. The Eastern Caribbean Center of the University of the Virgin Islands is conducting its annual Virgin Islands Community Survey among residents of a number of households in the territory. This survey is conducted to provide a better understanding of the changing population and housing statistics in the Virgin Islands. It will also generate official statistics relating to economics, population, housing, labor, and employment. Interviews will begin in early September and end in October. All surveys will be administered by UVI employees wearing official identification cards. Well, the United Nations is getting to work on a diplomatic proposal that may provide a way out of the crisis in Syria. The White House says while there isn't a timeline, the U.S. doesn't want to see Syria engage in delaying tactics. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Lawmakers and diplomats are weighing a plan to avoid military action against Syria.
I think what the Russians have proposed may turn out to be the best thing to come out of Russia since vodka.
Congress and the United Nations are both taking a closer look at a Russian proposal requiring Syrian leader Bashar Assad to turn over his stockpile of chemical weapons. But everyone is treading carefully.
I am extremely skeptical, and I hope I'm wrong.
President Obama asked Congress to press the pause button on his request for a military strike to give diplomacy some time. Now several lawmakers are working on a revised resolution that includes the Russian plan. Congressman Jeff Miller is not optimistic about this diplomatic effort and is also against a military strike.
The Senate doesn't have the votes and the House doesn't have the votes, and that's why the delay.
But the White House says this isn't about politics.
The credible threat of U.S. military force brought us this diplomatic opening.
Secretary of State John Kerry will meet with his Russian counterpart Thursday in Geneva, Switzerland, to see if they can hammer out an agreement. Danielle Nottingham, News 2.
And keeping our eye on the economy, McDonald's did away with their supersize options, but soon you'll be able to family size your meal. The company is testing an idea they call the Blitz Box. It's a box dinner for two that includes 2 Quarter Pounders with cheese, 2 medium fries, and 20-piece box of chicken McNuggets, and sell for $14.99. The burger chain is testing the concept in Kansas City, Missouri, before rolling out to other U.S. restaurants. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow up 135, NASDAQ down 4, S&P up 5. Coming up on News 2, as mentioned last week, the Madison Energy Group has been in contact with Senate President Sean Michael Malone with hopes of bringing the energy-saving products to the territory and hopefully manufacturing it here as well. Details coming up next. Well, as mentioned last week, the Madison Energy Group has been in contact with Senate President Sean Michael Malone with hopes of bringing their energy-saving products to the territory and hopefully manufacturing it here as well. News 2's Shanika Robinson has more.
Last week, the president of the Madison Energy Group, Neil Silver, visited the Virgin Islands to discuss the possibility of bringing their energy-saving devices to the territory.
This company apparently has been around for 4 years and has about 100 sales reps around the country, and learned about the high energy costs in the Virgin Islands and made contact with one of our restaurants on St. John, the Fish Trap. They ordered the product, they tried it, they saw immediate results in 30 days. Their light bill was reduced by 20%.
The Madison Energy Group is not only interested in bringing their product to the territory, but potentially manufacturing it here as well.
This company, I learned when I heard they were selling this product that reduced costs to restaurants and supermarkets that have freezers and walk-in coolers. Well, I said, where is it being manufactured? And I was told North Carolina. I said, well, you can manufacture right here in St. Croix. Any company that offers a product that's going to help our people reduce their overhead, especially with energy, and improve their quality of lives, I'm definitely for that.
Senate President Sean Michael Malone is in the process of organizing additional meetings between the territory's Economic Development Authority and Madison Energy Group in hopes that the company would expand its manufacturing and distributing operations to the Virgin Islands.
So they'll be meeting with the Chamber of Commerce in the near future. We're going to schedule a time where the company's representatives can come and meet with the chamber and educate them about the product in St. Croix. In the Senate, we're looking at legislation that will encourage more companies like this, renewable energy companies, to set up shop here in the territory.
Senator Malone will continue to keep in close contact with the company and is hopeful that they will make a decision to do business in the territory.
It seems like they're pretty close to making the decision to come to St. Croix and manufacture. So let's keep our fingers crossed there, but it looks very promising.
Shaniqua Robinson reporting for News 2.
Be sure to count on News 2 to keep you updated on the Madison Energy Group project. Well, there will be a road closure tonight, Wednesday, in the area of Four Winds Plaza. The Water and Power Authority will be installing water lines from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., and motorists are advised to proceed with caution. Both the north and southbound lanes of the road from Splash and Dash Car Wash to Tillett Gardens will be closed to traffic, but drivers can use alternate routes through Four Winds Plaza or New 22. No water interruptions are expected during this time. The community is advised that the St. Thomas VI SHIP Medicare office located at the Schneider Regional Medical Center has been temporarily relocated to the tax assessor's office, which is located at Builders Emporium. Medicare beneficiaries and Medicare eligible individuals can contact the office at 776-8505 for assistance and information regarding the VI SHIP Medicare program. The office is expected to return to its location at Schneider Regional Medical Center on Monday, September 16th. We'll be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.